Hello everyone and welcome to a new video. Today I am filming my monthly favorites for the month of October. I was forgetting which month we were in already. We are now on the 1st of November. The year is literally passing us by. Woohoo! So what did I do in October? I basically just worked. I did of course read here and there, but I feel like I didn't read as much as I used to. I read a lot, in theory. In theory I finished a lot of books than average, but I still felt like I read much less because I didn't have time. I just worked a lot, and of course I did a lot of Patreon stuff. So again, if you want to support my channel, etc., check out my Patreon down below because we do a lot of fun stuff over there. And then I watched a lot of stuff. Me and my best friends decided to try to watch a lot of horror movies, you know, because it was October, spooky month and everything. We got through quite a lot, but we have a Wii where we randomize which movie we get, and then we got frustrated and be like, no, we don't want to watch this now, but it was still curious and funny, and I think we're going to continue with that Wii going forward. Probably not only watch horror movies, but it's not even horror movies in there, it's more spooky kind of movies. So I watched a lot of stuff, etc. Been watching Worlds, League of Legends, of course, watching all the games, and the final is now this week, so I'm very, very excited and terrified at the same time. But overall, it's been a good month, a busy month, because I've been working so much, and I'm gonna work as much going forward for now. I got a new job. I got a job at the library, which I applied for, and I'm very happy about it. So this is a small position, so right now I actually have 3 jobs, which I don't think I will keep, but we shall see what happens. And actually start that job this week, because it took a month until I could start, and I'm very excited. So now I work in the library and a bookstore. Yeah, I'm living the best bookish life, and I do booktube, so literally the best bookish life I could have. I'm very excited for that. So that's stuff that happened, but I haven't actually started a job yet, so I can't tell you how it is. I don't know what else. The normal life update this was, but I don't know what else to talk about. For the things I watched in November, I enjoyed a lot of the things I watched. I don't think I disliked anything almost, but nothing I feel is a favorite, this stands out as a favorite for the month, which is kind of bothersome for me because I rewatched Hill House and Bly Manor, but I watched those before, so I wouldn't count them again in as a favorite since they're rewatches. Those I love. But I guess the one that stands out the most to me this month that I was really excited for is School for Good and Evil, which is a movie that is obviously based on the book School for Good and Evil, which I read earlier this year. I think was it August maybe? No, it was September, because I read it for BOOKCLUB. I really enjoyed the book and I really, really enjoyed the movie. Obviously it has its restrictions with time and everything since it is a movie, and it needs to, cut things down, but it knows exactly which audience it's going to. I think it seemed like the actors and actresses had a lot of fun in the movie, and I think they done it really well. I think some of the special effects were really, really cool. Some of it was also a bit this looked weird, but I just had a really, really great time. I feel you could tell that the people made this movie had a great time making it, and I think that is what matters a lot. So for me, it was perfect as it was, and I'm really, really excited to see if we will get more. I haven't actually read more in the series, but I am going to. So for that, for me, it was my favorite for the month. I really, really enjoyed it and had a great time with it. So very happy to talk about that. Donald follows Agatha and Sophie, who is sent to the School for Good and Evil, but one of them believed to be evil and one of them believes herself to be good, but they come into the opposite schools of what they believe, so they're trying to switch and trying to get out and trying to get home, etc. So yeah, it was a really good time, and I kind of want to rewatch it when I'm talking about it. But yeah, I rewatched a lot of stuff, and I watched a lot of other movies that I really adore, but again, some are rewatches, etc. For other things that happened, I did my own first 48-hour readathon for my Patreons, which was a really great time, which was this concept that a vampire has kidnapped us and you have 3 different choices to choose what will happen to you and also what book you will read. And for that, I just decided to do all the challenges because I was the boss, but everyone else only needed to do one challenge, obviously. And for that, I read my favorite book for the month, which wasn't planned to read at all this month, but it ended up being my only 5-star read for the month. So that was You Made a Fool Out of That with Your Beauty by Quick and Messy, which I picked up on a whim to read a book featuring a romance. And this is obviously a romance book, and we follow a main character who just started dating again after she lost a love of her life 5 years ago in an accident, and then she meets this guy who's really great, and she goes home to him, stuff reasons, but then she started to feel attraction for another one that she should not feel an attraction for. And I don't want to spoil what happens, because I didn't know actually what the book was about when I started it. I kind of just wanted to read it because it was a quick and messy and I heard amazing things about it, but I didn't expect it to be so full of trauma and just a beautiful story overall, whereas I felt you really feel for all the characters. I feel they felt really grounded and real, and there was a lot of raw pain in it, and it was totally crazy, let's be real. It was the things that come out of this book I did not expect at all. I was so like, what? This is what it is about. And it just felt like so surreal to read it, but I really, really loved it. And I gave 5 out of 5 stars because I absolutely had the greatest time reading it, and I totally recommend it. Even though it is, I would say, quite traumatic as well. Like, it deals with like losing someone a lot, etc. So be aware of like the trigger warnings, etc. before reading this. But I absolutely had the greatest time reading it. And yeah, both of the main characters are also like bi, so that's great. And I loved it so much. So that was like the best read I had for the month. Like my only 5 star. I read some really strong books, don't get me wrong, but this was the one that I gave 5 stars and like would die for this month. So I just had a great time and I recommend it endlessly. So now I had like a go-to romance book I can recommend, even though they also feel like a bit more like a contemporary book than just a romance. So maybe people who just want like really like fluffy romance wouldn't love this as much. But I feel like it's maybe like, it's a bit bold. It's a bit like, not controversial, but it's a bit bold to what it does with this romance. But I totally adored it. I was totally into it. So really enjoyed and recommend a lot. It was an absolutely beautiful book for me. What else did I do? I feel like these videos are always so short because I run out of things to say, but I basically play a lot of Genshin Impact. Like, I've been so into that game. I haven't even been playing Valorant that much that I usually be playing like this year because it takes so much time and I don't have any time to sit down and play a game for that long, even though I probably use as long time for Genshin Impact anyway, which is so fun to collect stuff, and I'm really excited for the new banners that are coming and just been having a really great time in that game because it's a great game to have while I also watch stuff, because I need to like double use my time always. Like, I literally watch stuff and read and it's like at the same time, not all three, because I need to utilize my time so much and it's intense. I'm enjoying being busy, but it's also like I sleep. So for the next month, hopefully I will read more because like I feel behind and I want to read more on top of videos and stuff, which I missed one upload in October and it burned me a lot. And I was trying to be like, I was thinking I would free myself in November of like having set video dates, things. But we shall see of how, if that happens, because I am too strict for myself. So we shall see. The channel does not like it if you don't do as you usually do. So there's that. So that sums up my life pretty much. Work, League of Legends Worlds, Genshin Impact, reading, videos, Patreon. I don't really do much more else. Hope you enjoyed me talking about the 2 favorite things this month. I feel like I didn't have more. And you shall see me soon in a new one. Thank you as always for supporting my channel and for being here. Leave a hand emoji down below if you enjoyed this, because it matches the cover of this book. And you shall see me soon in a new one. Goodbye!